Microsoft says is going to be about the games as well. Maybe it's why they actually released some of the information about how the licenses work. But they did go ahead and cancel some of their after E3 interviews. No one-on-one discussions, no roundtables. That's not happening for Microsoft this year at E3. I don't know why they canceled that, but we're definitely going to have to see next week. So I'm just going to pull out some points from this article that I thought was kind of funny. And overall, what I was trying to say is that it really seems like Microsoft puts out some bad news. Sony responds with some really good news. Like, hey guys, here's some free games. There's no way Microsoft could respond to this news because they don't give away free games. That's not part of Xbox Live. You pay to play online and have a steady internet connection when you play online with your friends. I guess that's exactly what you pay for Xbox Live. PlayStation Plus, you play to get free games. And I think that's a better deal, by the way. With Microsoft, though, this is the information that I want to pull out that I kind of think is kind of crappy. First thing first, I'm just going to put out some of the good points, you know. Give your family access to your entire library anywhere, at anytime, anywhere. So you could have up to 10 family accounts, which I think is kind of cool. I'm not definitely going to have anywhere near that, but I definitely want to see exactly how they're going to verify if everybody's family. Jem from the Gamers As Repair YouTube channel was suggesting that maybe it's just an IP address. If everybody's on the same IP address, it'll definitely work. But he said anywhere doesn't make me think that the same IP address would be the right way. So there's going to have to be some way you're verified as family. And I definitely know it can't just be last name because people in my family have different last names. Moving on from that, stuff I don't like. Here it goes. I'll let this one. Oh, this is good news too. There's no fees charged as part of the transfer. So you can give your friend a game, but there's no fee as a transfer. You know, that's really good. There's no fees. People worried about there being a fee of up to $60 for a game. The bad part about this is it's decided on publishers. Only if the publisher allows you, like EA per se, to give your friend a copy of Madden 2015 to your other friend after you're done playing it. That's the only way it's going to happen. And if you do transfer the license to your friend, that's it. Your friend cannot sell that game back again. He can't do anything with the game. So it's not like the old NES days. You give a friend your game, you don't have your game anymore, you can't play it. That's perfectly fine. Because everything is now, the physical disc is basically means nothing. Because once you put the disc in your system and install the games and link to your account, and now you can re-download your game from any console you want and sign back in and play it. And then that's how your friend's going to be able to get the game once you send it to them. But once you send it to them, they can't resell it to anybody else. And the person has to be on your friend list for at least 30 days. So this is definitely not going to work for me. I'm not going to be able to send anybody no games in the first 30 days because I have friends that's on my friend list. But yeah, I don't even think they remember their password. When they get the Xbox One, they're going to be able to make a new account. This definitely is going to kill the eBay market. I sold games on eBay before. And this is not going to happen for Xbox One. I'm not sure what Sony's going to do. So guys, I'm not trying to say that Sony's not going to have something similar because they truthfully have not verified what they're doing yet. They definitely say you're going to be able to play your games offline. They say you do not require internet connection, and they haven't said you have to be connected once every 24 hours. And I think Sony's going to be smart and not make you have to be connected once every 24 hours. I think if they just say they don't need to do that, that will 100% be better than what Xbox is doing right now, for me at least. Now I'll explain that next. But to the point I care a little bit more. And I'm going to let my computer speak this one again.
Loaning or renting games won't be available at launch.
Renting? What? Won't be available at launch? Is this a death of the rental industry right now? Because there's some businesses, even if it's not available at launch, they can't go 3-4 months because you know the launch window is pretty long for these new consoles. They always like to say like, oh yeah, it's a 3-4 month launch window. I thought the launch window was the first few weeks the system was out, not like 4 months. I guess the whole year for the Wii U is a launch window because where are the games? Not talking about the Wii U here though. But loaning and renting games won't be available. The loaning part's the thing what we talked about above, where you basically giving your friend a game. Instead of them being able to give you the game and give you back the game, you can't do that. I actually wish you could. I wish it was like I give you guys the digital rights and then you could give it back to me, and you only could give it back to me, so you two only could share the game. But I guess they will figure like, well, they will split the cost. I don't understand what they were thinking on that. I don't really understand the decision there. I don't know, because what I want to know is if I give my friend the game and then take the physical disc and go trade it into GameStop, does that game have value? Or because I already sent the physical disc to GameStop, to my friend, the disc has no value now, and what I give to GameStop is basically a useless disc. I have absolutely no idea how does that even work, because if you guys are listening to what I'm saying is, I go to GameStop, buy a game, take it home, play that game, beat the game, send the game to Jack. Jack plays the game, beats it, the digital version of the game, I guess, not the physical version, and then I take that disc and retrade it back into GameStop? I don't know. I don't know if that's possible. From the wording, it's probably not possible. But what I'm really interested in is the rental. What? You can't. They say they're going to work with partners to make rentals available. So anybody out there who use GameFly or Redbox, definitely not happening, guys. So not happening. If you were planning on renting some of the Xbox One games to save some money because you didn't care about online passes or just want to play the single player, you're not happening at all. So hopefully the GameFly people can still stay in business somehow, just running on Xbox 360 games, you know, PS3 games. But truthfully, I don't think that's gonna work, because right now, even for those games, they don't ever have enough in stock for the newer stuff for me to even want to keep GameFly. Moving on from just that, on the Xbox One news, something else I found pretty interesting. And this is my big point.
Offline gaming is not possible after these prescribed times until you re-establish a connection.
Guys, until you re-establish a connection. For me, I was in Hurricane Sandy. That was right when Assassin's Creed 3 came out, guys. If you guys don't know this, I will tell you now. I might be a fan of Borderlands. I might be a fan of, you know, Mario Kart, Advance Wars, and all the other games I play. I freaking love the Assassin's Creed franchise. And it's not just because I like it, it's because literally all my friends like it. It's a very rare game. Every single one of my friends that I know in real life that I play games with, and that's more than 5 people, all have the game. We all play all the Assassin's Creed games together, single player and multiplayer. We discuss the single player and we discuss the multiplayer. Hurricane Sandy came out. I was planning on getting the digital version of Assassin's Creed to get it downloaded right to my system. I had no internet connection. I couldn't get it. The GameStop by me wasn't open, so I couldn't go to the store and get it, even if I did pre-order it. So what I had to do was actually went with my friend, drove to a store that I knew that had internet connection, downloaded the game, and went back home. I still had, at this point, I eventually got back power somewhere where I could play the game, but no internet connection. If this happens again with Hurricane Sandy, or any kind of disaster like this, and it's more than 24 hours without an internet connection, I can't play my games. I can't play my Xbox One games. So I am so hoping right now that the PlayStation 4 does not require internet connection, so that I know that on the PlayStation 4, that is a system I'm gonna buy my third-party games that I must play, that even if I don't have internet connection, I can still play. Because it's just like, why would I buy a game that I definitely want to play no matter what internet connection status is on the Xbox One, when I could buy it on the PlayStation 4, what does not require 24-hour connection. Guys, if you guys don't know it, I play SimCity, and I have a lot of videos. That's one of my biggest videos, my SimCity video, because I was complaining about the damn 24-hour thing. That is literally like my most viewed article on the website. It's about SimCity and what happened with the disaster of the launch. Because SimCity was the first ever PC game I ever bought, and it got me so disappointed. I mean, I played other PC games, but I don't count them. The only other ones was like SimCity, Sims 3 and stuff like that, but that was so long ago that I don't even consider them really play because I never bought it myself. SimCity came out, I bought the game, and I couldn't play the game for a week. That was insanity, and I had internet connection the whole entire time. I am afraid of the DOS attacks people are going to be sending Microsoft way. I don't know what they're going to do about this, and I'm not saying that Sony's off the hook yet, but I'm just going by the information what I'm given until Sony has a response to this. I'm so hoping that Sony does not require this either, and if they don't, I'm buying all my third-party games for the Sony system, because at least I know that I don't need a connection. And I am mostly always connected to the internet because I'm doing YouTube videos, but I'm planning on moving eventually. And when I move, I don't know what the internet connection is going to be like there. I don't know what my phone... You know, guys, things change. Things just definitely change. And another point is, I'm just kind of ranting right here, guys. This is a death of collectible games. I don't see a way you could really, 20 years from now, have a kid. Alright. So, I came to this country in the 90s, right? And I got a SNES, right? My SNES to this day, since the day I've gotten it, has worked. And last year and this year, I've probably played around 7 NES games, SNES and NES games. I've bought SNES games, and I still played on my system. And this is something I could do because these games are still plug it in the system, put the cartridge in, and go. N64 works like that. Every system before this has still worked like that. I don't see this happening with this going forward, because 20 years from now, I am sorry, I don't see your Xbox One servers still being active to play your games. I know that's a weird thing to say, and why wouldn't it be active? Well, 10 years ago, the websites I went to every single day don't exist anymore, man. I mean, MySpace does not exist in the way it used to exist, man. Before MySpace, it was Xfire, something with fire in the name. Something with X, a social network I used to go to when I was a little kid. Not a little kid, but it does not exist anymore. My profile for that doesn't exist. If there was games linked to that, it doesn't exist. If you have Facebook credits with Zynga games, maybe in freaking 3 months Zynga won't exist, because what's going on with Zynga? They bought OMG Pop, and for some crazy amount of money last year, and this year they closed the studio. Man, I ain't a business major, but damn, you must have a lot of money to throw at one thing and the next year just get rid of it before they even come out with anything else. I don't know. I'm just ranting right now, guys, but that's what's going on. Be with the UntitledGameShow.com. Get back to my overall point. Sony's getting really a lot of promotion from this whole Xbox One debacle. All they got to do is basically release press releases and say, hey, there you go. Free games. While Microsoft goes ahead and puts out bad news. Next week is E3 on the 10th. It's 2 days away. I can't wait till everything is explained. I can't wait to see what games is coming. Sony's releasing some new games for the PlayStation 4 right now. I think it's Dying Light. It was a horror game that's being released right now. Trailers are out on the PlayStation Network. But I'll have links in the description to both these websites so you can read up on everything yourself. I know I've basically been ranting a while, but I just want to share my opinion with you guys out there. Leave comments below. Let me know what your opinion is. Be with the Untitled Game Show. Till next time.